just about a year back in one of my workshops I was conducting. Before I could start, suddenly someone asked me a question. Was and the question was very simple, really hit me. He asked me, "Do anyone who gets through these training workshops or who attends your talks or seminars and workshops, do they really ever change?" I gave it a thought, and let me tell you, this was a life-changing moment for me. I keep getting reviews of my talks and write-ups from far too many people. I also get about dozen letters and email from friends and people who hear me, and they believe that they have changed. I had been actually with the best of the institutions in my country, and nobody has asked me this sort of question earlier. And worse, until that moment, it has never even occurred to my mind also. And it was, as I said, it was a life-changing moment for me. And then I thought I must do a research, and straight away went back to all my friends, all people whom I knew who had been hearing my talks, attending my workshops, and asked them, assembling all kinds of that data that answered this question: does anyone really change? I studied all that data, and from the data, there are three conclusions emerged, which I am going to share with you today of my topic, that follow-up works. My friend, the lessons which emerged from this exercise, what I did. The first lesson was that not everyone respond to executive developments, at least not in the way the organization desires or intends. Not everyone. So it's not because they don't want to get better, but it's like this: about 70% of people, they say yes, and 30% said the boss had done absolutely nothing. And this 70-30 principle showed up with statistically elegant consistency in each of the answers I got, places I've worked, each of the workshop, the feedback I have taken. They failed to implement the changes because they were implying in quite a hurry, or they were busy. After the training sessions, they all returned to their offices to find the piles of messages or files to return and reports, and lots of reports to read and write their answers, reply them. Clients and customers, or they these days attending calls or replying to calls, making calls. They were distracted by day-to-day demand of their job. That's why they could not practice or work the things they have heard in these various seminars and workshops. And this taught gave me the second lesson. There is an enormous disconnect between, my friend, between understanding and doing. Most leadership development revolves around one huge false assumption: if people understand, then they will do it. That's not true at all. Most of us understand, we just don't do it. Simply, I'll give for example, we all understand that being grossly overweight is bad for our health, but not all of us actually do anything to change our condition besides talking and watching these health related videos, or watching somebody practicing. in any gym or any yoga. By the inside, didn't really answer any questions. It only indicated that 70% of all the people who understand will actually do. It didn't tell me whether the 70% who applied the lessons will actually go, even learn something. My conclusion was swift and unequivocal. People don't get better without follow up, my friends. And that is the lesson number 3. Unless you follow up what you receive, whatever you believe, whatever you hear, it is simply a waste of time. It will make no difference at all in your life. In hindsight, it makes perfect sense and echoes the great Peter Drucker's, the management guru, prediction that the leaders of the future will be a person who knows how to ask. If nothing else, these studies show that leaders who ask for input on a regular basis are seen as increasing in effectiveness. Leaders who don't follow up are not necessarily bad leaders. They are just perceived as getting better, but they don't get better at all. Without follow up, nothing changes. This is what basically the lessons I've learned. My friend, follow up shows that you care about getting better. Following up with your co-worker shows that you value their opinion. Follow up consistently each month or so shows that you are taking the process seriously. That you are not ignoring your co-workers' efforts and inputs. That's an important part of follow-up. After all, a leader who sought input from his co-workers, from his colleagues, but ignored it or did not follow up on it would quite logically be perceived as someone who did not care very much about becoming a better leader. The whole experience, my friend, taught me the 4th lesson, and that is becoming a leader or even becoming a person, better person, a good person is a process, not an event. Real leadership, my friend, develops from involvement. Real leaders involve themselves in the process that takes time. It just doesn't happen in a day. Nor can you get it in the form of a tablet or capsule. You just gulp it with a glass of water and you're through. My friend, it's exactly like physical exercises. Just imagine having out of shape people sitting in a room and listening to a speech on the importance of exercising and how to get into shape, or watching some tapes or videos or TVs on how to exercise, and perhaps few minutes every day stimulating the act of exercising, what they're hearing or watching. My friends, you won't be surprised if you meet such people even after a year after this thing. They will as out of shape as they began. It's not understanding or watching exercises, my friend. It's engaging in a regular exercises. That's what actually matters. And that's what follow-up is. Unless you follow up the best of the procedure, the best of the policy, the best of the prescription, it doesn't work. You got to walk the talk. Nobody has ever changed for better, my friend, by going to a training session or hearing a training video. You only get better by doing what you practice. This involves nothing but follow-up. My friend, follow-up turns changing for better into an ongoing process. Follow up things. You'll be a changed person. Thank you very much.